Tegeler Tube Summing Mixer. Let's find out how this unit sounds. Before jump into review, I have to say that you can try out this unit for free for 14 days thanks to the Tegeler concept. So if you want to try out expensive analog gear, you can do that because Tegeler allows you to do that. You have the link in the description if you want to go directly to the website and see all the catalog of Tegeler, and basically you can choose and try out the unit before purchase. This is a great approach in my opinion. So what is the concept of the summing mixer? The concept is having basically a really large mixing analog console in a really compact way. As you can see in this unit, you can mix analogically, I don't know if analogically is correct, 40 channels, and 40 channels are a really large console, guys. So this is a tube machine, and thanks to the tubes, transistor, capacitor, all the signal that will pass through all these components, basically the signal can gain saturation, harmonic content, okay? So this unit is really useful for people that usually mix totally in the box, totally digitally. So basically you can send all the digital channel of your DAW out from the computer and inside the unit, inside the summing mixer, and then again into your audio interface. In this way you can get more harmonic contents and the mix will sound just a bit different, but let me say the differences will be really subtle and really dependent on the music and how hard you push your input on the machine and so on and so forth. So it's really subtle. I don't know if here in YouTube you can listen the differences, but let's now talk about the unit and then I'll show you how this unit sounds. As you can see on the front, really straightforward, really simple, two giant view meter, which are really great, really precise. Then here you have the only control you can use basically is the output, and it's an attenuation. As you can see, from 0 you can attenuate the output because the concept is to drive the input of your summing mixers to raise the volume output from your audio interface and going inside to saturate more, and then without clipping, of course, you have to lower the volume for your output master volume. Here you have the LED status, and on the back, as you can see, we have lots of stuff. We have the possibility, of course, to connect 40 channels. So as you can see, the first 32 channels have the connection that is called D-sub or DB25. The other, if you are not enough 32, you can go up to 30 with the TRS cable. Here you have the overall output in XLR with golden plated pins, and here the output also in TRS if you want to use it. So this is the unit. It's also really light, but let's now listen how this unit sounds. Okay, so I've here the summing mixer by Tegeler. I've connected all to my Antilope Audio Orion Studio Synergy core. So basically all the 16 physical output that I've here in my Antilope Audio going to the summing mixer. And again, from the summing mixer, I have the stereo output that are going here, that probably you cannot see, but are going here on the 3 and 4 input, preamp input of the Orion. So let me show you how I did the test. Basically here I have the song in my Studio One project. It's called I Can Feel from Funkytude. Is of course a funky band here in Turin, really great band, and I can leave in the description the full production of this song. Here you can listen only the mix, okay, because the mastering has been done in another page. So let me show you my mix. This is the mix in the box. And let me show you, for example, here on the verse. So you can listen vocals, backing vocals, bass, drums, funky guitars. Okay, and so forth. So this is the in-the-box mix. Let me show you how all has been run with the Tegeler summing mixer. So you have to create, of course, the outputs. So here on the preferences of my Studio One, I go to Setup Song, And here on the outputs of my Orion Studio, I have created this output. So basically I've created the kick, snare, toms, overhead and room together, so all the wet part of my drum, the bass, guitar and vocals. Inside the guitar there are also the keyboards. So as you can see here, I have all these 16 outputs, but of course the first two are from my main output, so my monitor. So I will not use this because otherwise I'll create some phase issue and it's really terrible. So basically I have available 14 outputs from my 16 outputs, okay? So all goes with D-sub cable to the smming mixer. Of course, this smming mixer have the possibility to use 40 channels. This is really great, but I have only 16 outputs from my Orion. Of course, physically, I have not expanded my Orion. So now let me show you that now, basically, if I send everything, as you can see here, I've made some groups. As you can see, this is the effects reverb of the drum. So basically this goes to my wet part of my drum. Then I have the parallel snare that goes to the snare, kick to the kick, all my 3 snares to the snare, and so on and so forth, okay? So all these tracks goes out from the computer, out from my Orion, and goes to my smming mixer, analog tube smming mixer. So now if I play, of course, you cannot listen anything because, as you can see, is working now, the Tegeler audio smming mixer, but of course I have to print this to my computer. So now I create a input, so print is a stereo and is from the print input, which are the 3 and 4 of my Orion. Now if I harm this track, I can listen all the sum here in this track. Okay. As you can see, the meters are working, and here I can monitor the overall output of the master, and I can only attenuate with the knob here. Okay, so if I want to drive hard the internal part of the smming mixer, I have to manage all the outputs that, as you can see here, I have all the outputs I've created, and I can manage the overall volume. So basically I can raise, let's try to the 0. As you can see, it's really hard now, it's really loud, but as you can see here, I don't have so much output volume. I'm almost clipping. Now the chorus. -4, -3. I can also lower if I want to stay lower. But the key of the smming mixer is to drive the input, and basically you are creating some harmonics because this is a tube machine, the transformers. So if you drive with the volume high with the input and then you lower the output with the output knob, this is the good way to use a smming mixer, okay? So you have to enter really loud if you want to create some harmonics. And now I can print the result. So now let's go again at the beginning and let's record. Okay, so now it's been printed, and let's compare the two results. In the box. Summing. Okay, I can listen that it's just a bit more rounded, basically the sound of the summing, analog summing with the Tegeler, but the differences are really subtle, guys. So if you want to listen, maybe the difference is better because here there are some compression on YouTube. I strongly suggest you to join my YouTube channel so you can download for free all these mixdown tests.
But I can't feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I love it. Whoa, I can't.
It's like the analog summing is just a bit more open, the sound, more, it's wider, okay? But really subtle. Again.
Feel my face when I'm with you. I can't feel my face. But I love it. But I love it. But I love it. And I can't feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I
It's also just a bit bigger on the bass frequencies.
love it. Whoa, I can't feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I love it.
Yeah, the differences are really subtle. I like the sound of the Tegeler. There are some smoothness on the sound because of course is a tube summing mixer. But in my opinion, and this is my personal opinion, nowadays investing on a summing mixer is more or less a waste of money, because nowadays if you mix in the box and maybe you have also some other outboard gear, so you have compressors, tube equalizers maybe, you can get a really great mix. But if you use only in the box, so only plugins, maybe the summing mixing can help you just a bit more. So basically you can get more harmonics, more roundness, more smoother sounds basically. But the differences, keep in mind, that are really subtle. Okay guys, so again, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think about the Tegeler summing mixer and summing mixing in general, and of course I'll see you in the next video. Bye.